Hello everyone, welcome to Raos Academy. Today we are going to discuss natural vegetation in India. Important topic for your UPSC prelims 2026. Why? Because we have seen frequently asked about tropical, deciduous forest, and even this topic is very important for your mains. You can interlink with current affairs like deforestation, soil management, everything, mangrove forest. Frequently we have seen mangrove forest questions, and even for environmental issues also you have to know which type of forest is present in India. Map based questions, you can easily solve map based questions also. Very important topic. So let's start the session. Natural vegetation in India. Natural vegetation in India, mainly major factors that influence natural vegetation in India are climate, topography, rainfall, soil. See, the main climatic factors are rainfall and temperature. Rainfall and temperature, very important. See, the amount of annual rainfall has a significant bearing on the types of vegetation. If you take northwest side in Thar desert, because there you will find scanty rainfall, because of that, based on that you will see thorn forest. Tropical evergreen forest, where you will see heavy rainfall, there in those places you will see tropical evergreen rainfall. Based on annual rainfall, type of forest is dependent. Temperature is the primary factor in the Himalayas and other hilly regions. As you go up with an elevation, the forest also differs more than 900 kilometers. For example, if you take Arunachal Pradesh, in Arunachal Pradesh down here you will see tropical forest. As you go up, the forest changes into temperate. As you go up, it becomes alpine, like that. As the temperature falls with altitude in the Himalayan regions, the vegetal cover changes with altitude. Temperature decreases as we go up. Because of that fall from tropical climate, the climate also changes, and based on that climate, vegetation also differs from tropical to subtropical, temperate, and finally alpine forest we will find in Himalayas. Now, soil is an equally determining factors in few regions. Why? Because if you take heavy rainfall areas, there you will see laterite soils. Laterite soils, heavy leaching we are going to see. Based on the soils also, if you take desert soils, fertility is less. Based on that, we are going to see scrub. For instance, the soil plays an important role in mangrove forest and swamp forest. See, first climatic factors we have seen. India exhibits a wide range of climatic conditions from tropical to temperate and alpine. Mainly this difference where you will see in Himalayas, which contribute to the diversity of vegetation. Not only unity in diversity, not only cultural diversity, we will observe vegetation diversity in India. Rainfall, monsoon and its distribution are the main factors for vegetation diversity. Less rainfall, we will see one type of vegetation. More rainfall, we will see tropical evergreen. Means based on the rainfall, we will see diversity in vegetation. Now, areas with high and well distributed rainfall such as Western Ghats and northeastern states, here and here. Dense and diverse tropical evergreen forest we will see. Dense and tropical evergreen forest we will see. As the rain approaches here you will see heavy rainfall. Because of that heavy rainfall, what you will see? Tropical evergreen forest. Now, in contrast, region with low rainfall and rain shadow zones like Thar desert in Rajasthan have sparse and drought resistant vegetation, drought resistant vegetation. If you take northwest side, Thar desert, there you will see drought resistant vegetation. Next, temperature we have seen. Next, humidity. Humidity levels affect the water balance in plants and influence their growth and distribution. See, factors influencing vegetation, very important. They can ask in statement based, they can give in the statement form in your prelims, and they can ask directly in your mains question. As with high humidity, support the growth of epiphytic plants. What are epiphytic plants? Epiphytic plants we have seen already in previous year question, they have seen plants that grow on other plants. For example, if you take tropical forest, tropical evergreen forest, you will see epiphytic plants more. Means these plants grow on other plants, while arid regions with low humidity have vegetation adapted to water scarcity. Vegetation adapted to water scarcity. What are those things? Thorns, like broad stem, all these things, they are important characteristics for adaptation to water scarcity. Next, topographical factors. Topography creates microclimates. Microclimates that contributes to diversity in vegetation. Now, for example, altitude and slope. Altitude and slope. In southern slope of Himalayas, as I have discussed, denser vegetation we will see. Denser vegetation. And for example, if you take leeward side, windward side and leeward side. Now, what is leeward side? Rain shadow region. For example, here Western Ghats are there. Here this is windward side. Now, this is leeward side or rain shadow region. Here you will see different type of vegetation, and this side you will see tropical evergreen vegetation. Means based on the topographical factors also we will observe diversity in vegetation. See here, dense forest on the windward side and sparse dry forest on the leeward side of Western Ghats. Next, soil factors. Sandy soil with good drainage support different vegetation types. They support different vegetation types. Means soil also plays very important role in natural vegetation, diversity in vegetation. Next, anthropogenic factors. Now, this has become a major factor in present days, have played a role in shaping the diversity of natural vegetation. Now, what are these anthropogenic factors? Human activities like deforestation, urbanization and agriculture expansion have altered land use. Means now they are converting forest land to agriculture land and they are urbanizing more areas. Because of that, pollution increasing, and because of that we are seeing diversity in vegetation. Habitat fragmentation and degradation also. Means these factors, you have to interlink these factors with deforestation and other environmental issues in your mains answer, or they can ask in statements also in your prelims. Now, we are going to see major types of vegetation. See, we have classification of vegetation based on three things. First, climatic factors. Next, based on the administration. Third, based on the climatic factors. First thing. Next, based on the administration. Next, based on the ownership. Now we are going to see all these three. First, based on climatic factors, we have now major vegetation types in India. First, tropical evergreen forest. Location found in western slope of Western Ghats. Western slope of Western Ghats. This side. Hills of northeast region. Hills of northeast region and Andaman and Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar. These three things you have to remember. Western slope of Western Ghats, hills of northeast and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Annual rainfall, very important, exceeds 250 centimeter. Heavy rainfall you will see. And here mean annual temperature is about 25 degrees to 27 degrees. 25 degrees to 27 degrees. Now dry season is very short. Characteristics well stratified with layers closer to the ground. Here it was covered with shrubs, creepers and short structured trees. Tall trees reaching the heights means here you will find tall trees, shrubs, creepers and short structured trees also found here. Tall trees reaching heights up to 60 meters and above we are going to see in this type of vegetation. Now main thing, no definite time for leaf shedding. Leaf shedding in tropical evergreen, you don't find any specific time or definite time for leaf shedding, flowering and fruiting. Green throughout the year means you don't see any shedding. Green throughout the year you will see. Species important, they can ask in examples in your prelims. Rosewood, mahogany, aini, ebony, etc. These four you have to remember. Clear? Next, semi-evergreen forest. Semi-evergreen forest found in less rainy parts of the same regions like Western Ghats. For example, this side. Now west side more rainfall. In heavy rainfall regions we will find tropical evergreen and in less rainfall regions we will find semi-evergreen forest, and in eastern Himalayas also 200 to 250 centimeters rainfall. This you have to remember. Annual temperatures varies between 24 to 27 degrees. Now dry season not as short in tropical evergreen forest. Okay, means somewhat we will see dry season. Here main characteristic what you have to remember, it is a transitional forest between tropical wet evergreen forest and a tropical deciduous forest. Tropical deciduous forest, under tropical deciduous forest we will see leaf shedding. In tropical evergreen forest we don't find any leaf shedding, but semi evergreen forest is a transitional forest between tropical evergreen means tropical wet evergreen forest and tropical deciduous forest. This you have to remember. Next, important species white cedar, hollock and kale. These examples very important for your prelims. Next, tropical deciduous forest, most widespread vegetation type in India, most widespread. Now under tropical deciduous vegetation we are having tropical moist deciduous and tropical dry deciduous. Tropical moist deciduous, they are found in northeastern states along the foothills of Himalayas. They are found in northeastern states along the foothills of Himalayas. Location you have to remember. These are also present on the eastern slopes of Western Ghats, means this side, leeward side or rain shadow region side, and in even Odisha you will find typically between 100 to 200 centimeters. Clear? Next, more pronounced in regions with high rainfall. Species, very important for your prelims. Again we are going to discuss those species dominated by species such as teak, sal, shisham, purra and mahua, semul, kusam and sandalwood. Very important, you have to remember. Trees shed leaves partially during the dry season, mainly during winter they shed their leaves. Undergrowth includes grasses and shrubs. Here also we will see grasses and shrubs. Next, tropical dry deciduous forest found in rainier areas of peninsula and plains of Uttar Pradesh. Here typically between 70 to 100 centimeters of rainfall we will see in these areas. Transition zone between moist deciduous and thorn forest. Now, if you take semi-evergreen, it is a transitional zone or transitional forest between tropical evergreen and tropical deciduous. Now, this tropical dry deciduous is a transitional zone between moist deciduous and thorn forest. Next, park landscape with open stretches. This characteristic they can give and they can ask in which type of forest we will see this open stretches. Now, next, teak and other trees, tendu, palas, bale, care and axlewood, important species. You have to remember these species name. And shedding of leaves, very important. In deciduous forest you will see shedding of leaves. Now, next, tropical thorn forest. These forests are found in areas with less than 50 centimeters of rainfall. Less than 50 centimeters of rainfall, very important. First, tropical evergreen more than 250. Now, semi-evergreen 200 to 250. Next, tropical moist 100 to 200. Next, tropical dry deciduous 70 to 100. Now, here less than 50. Location, mix of grasses and shrubs characterize them, and here semi-arid regions of southwest Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, semi-arid regions you have to remember, and even states also. If you see map, you can easily identify. Most plants in this forest remain leafless. Why? Because leaves means more transpiration. More transpiration means more loss of water. To avoid that, because in water scarcity places these forests are found. To avoid that, most of the plants they are leafless. Now, key species: babul, bear, wild date palm, care, neem, kejri and palas. You have to remember. Now, tussocky grass reaching up to 2 meters in height. This also you have to remember. Now, with map we are going to see. Tropical evergreen. Tropical evergreen. Here you can see. Tropical evergreen. Rainfall more than 250. Next, tropical moist deciduous. here. Tropical dry evergreen, this is dry evergreen. Next, tropical moist deciduous, this side. Tropical dry deciduous, mostly deciduous forest we will see here. Major portion is tropical dry deciduous. Next, tropical thorn here. Tropical thorn regions you can see. Next, desert vegetation here, hot desert. Next, alpine vegetation, here in Leh and Ladakh region you will see alpine vegetation. Now, littoral and swamp vegetation here. Near coast. See, mountain forest, these forests vary with altitude, including mixed forest at lower elevations and alpine meadows. We have seen alpine forest at higher levels. Next, littoral and swamp forest. These are found in deltaic regions. Characterized by their unique adaptation to wet and swampy environments. Here, very important, under this you will see wetlands and even mangroves comes under this littoral and swamp forest, very important. Next, on the basis of administration, the classification of natural vegetation on the basis of administration is divided into three. First one, reserved forest, next protected areas, and next unclassified forest. Now first thing, what is reserved forest? These forests here, under reserved forest, government's direct supervision we will see, and public entry is prohibited. Very important, government direct supervision and public entry is prohibited, even for timber collection or cattle grading, very important. And here percentage, about 53% of total forest falls under this criteria. Next, protected forest. Government looks after these forests, but local people like tribal people who are beside that forest, local people can collect fuel wood, timber and graze their cattle without causing damage to, means government look after the forest, but here local people can collect fuel wood or timber and graze the cattle. But in reserved forest, nothing, no timber collection and no cattle grazing, everything under direct supervision of government. Now here percentage around 29%. Unclassified forests are those in which tree cutting and cattle grazing are not restricted. Tree cutting, here they can cut the trees, and percentage around 18.1% of the country's total forest. Reserved, protected and unclassified, these three you have to remember. Next, on the basis of ownership, We have state forest, commercial forest and private forest. State forest, full control of government, state or central, and include almost all the country's important forest area. 94% of the country's total forest area here. Now, commercial forest. Here, these are owned and administered by local bodies. Local bodies like municipal corporations, municipal boards, town areas, district boards and village panchayats. Village panchayats. Next, private forest. These are under the private owners. These are under the private ownership and cover slightly more than 1% of the country's forest area. Now, tropical evergreen. Under tropical evergreen, rainfall 200 to 250 centimeters rainfall. Here main Western Ghats and northeast, where you will see heavy rainfall region, and even Andaman also. Here same places but with less rainfall. Semi. Less in these places only with less rainfall. Next, now this semi evergreen is a transition forest between tropical evergreen and tropical deciduous forest. Now next, tropical deciduous forest. Moist 100 to 200 centimeters of rainfall, under dry 70 to 100 centimeters of rainfall. Now this dry is the transition zone between moist and thorn forest. Moist and thorn forest, this you have to remember. Here open landscapes, this you have to remember, and rainfall also important. Next, thorn forest we have seen littoral and swamp and mountain forest. And next, based on the administration, reserve based on the administration, what we have seen, reserved, protected and unclassified. And based on the ownership, we have seen state, private and commercial forest. State, commercial and private forest. Okay, we are going to see few MCQs. Consider the following statements regarding tropical evergreen forest in India. First, they are found in areas receiving more than 200 centimeters rainfall. 2. These forests shed their leaves once every year simultaneously. They are asking about tropical evergreen, this you have to remember. Next, ebony and mahogany are common trees found in this forest. Now, which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 only, B. 1 and 3, C. 2 and 3, D. 1, 2 and 3. Tropical evergreen forests shed their leaves? No, they don't shed their leaves. They don't shed their leaves. Yes, ebony and mahogany are the examples. 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Here you can see the explanation. Tropical evergreen forest occur where rainfall is more than 200 centimeters. Now, and temperature is also high. Trees do not shed leaves simultaneously, so forests remain green throughout the year. Examples very important: ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber are the common species. Next, which of the following regions in India is not a major area of tropical evergreen forest? A. Western Ghats, B. Andaman and Nicobar Islands, C. Northeastern states, D. Rajasthan Plateau. Very easy, very simple. Rajasthan Plateau. Tropical evergreen forest. They are asking about tropical evergreen forest. Yes, answer is D. Now, tropical thorn forests in India are mainly found in areas where annual rainfall is A. less than 50 centimeters, B. between 50 to 100 centimeters, C. between 100 to 200 centimeters, D. more than 200 centimeters. More than 200 centimeters. Answer is less than 50 centimeters. Less than 50 centimeters. Major areas: Rajasthan, Gujarat, parts of Punjab and Haryana, rain shadow region of Deccan Plateau. Now, which one of the following trees is most commonly associated with mangrove forest in India? They are asking about mangrove forest. Mangrove forest comes under littoral and swamps. Important: Take, Sundari, Deodar and Sal. Here this Sundari from Sundarban Delta. This is previous year question. Important mangrove tree. Sundari. Sundari tree dominates mangrove forest of the Sundarbans Delta. Mangrove grow in tidal, saline, coastal areas. Now, consider the following statements regarding mangrove forests. They are salt tolerant plants. They have breathing roots called nematophores. They grow mainly in freshwater river valleys. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 1 and 3, D 1, 2 and 3. Now, they are salt tolerant plants. From first option only we have to find out if they are salt tolerant plants means they grow mainly in freshwater river valleys. No, salt tolerant plants near coastal areas we will see mangrove plants. They are salt tolerant plants, breathing roots, yes. Nematophores, very important. Answer is 1 and 2. Grow in saline coastal areas and river deltas. Possess nematophores, breathing roots. Found in tidal mudflats, not freshwater valleys. Now, with this we have had a glimpse of natural vegetation. We had a revision of natural vegetation. Next we are going to cover soils and other few important themes for your geography prelims 2026. prepare well for your prelims exam 2026 and revise each and every topic, revise important themes, important for your prelims, very helpful. Now this is the revision time. Here in this phase you have to revise, practice is very important. You have to rapidly you have to do the revision, and then you have to practice, then you have to analyze where we are doing the mistakes, where how can we overcome those mistakes, and don't bother about your score. First main thing what you have to do, you have to see the time management, mainly in your CSAT and in your prelims also GS. Mainly what you have to do, whether that question even with multiple revisions, whether you are able to answer that question. If for example if they are asking about president, you without any confusion are you able to answer the static questions, main important theme questions. Leave about current affairs. Even if you read 10 multiple resources also, you cannot answer all the current affair questions. See, current affairs very important, but all important current affairs you revise. Revision is key now. You have to do multiple revisions, focus on multiple revisions, and don't take new sources for your static now. This is not the correct time. Revise static portion, already what you have read in previous months, revise that static portion, practice. Now you have to focus on current affairs static, mainly revision part. Revise your budget, economic survey and important themes in your history, geography, polity, and first see current affairs and link that current affairs with your static portion, whether any jet stream is there in news, whether any type of forest or whether any type of air pollution. You have to interlink current affairs with your static portion. Means if you have any news is there, for example today we have seen Rajya Sabha about Bihar CM, you have to interlink that topic with your Rajya Sabha static portion. Like that you have to interlink static dynamic with static. Revise it, practice, then you can easily attempt the questions. Thank you.